It's week 3 of the National Football League. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' superstar running back. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Raiders and the Eagles, and it's coming up next.
What better way to start off the
Madden
afternoon?
NFL.
Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about a quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. No. Today, before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, when the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get the headlines like you talked about, but these guys, man, they are cornerstones of their offense.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Smith start with a throw here. Going deep right away. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. Well, I know it says running back on the roster, Brock, but this guy's having a pretty great start catching the football instead.
It's what the best of them do. I mean, look around the league. These running backs want to get paid, right? They want theirs. Well, catch a ball like this, and trust me, you'll get yours.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Milton Williams making the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for him. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Pushing the pace right away to start the game. First down from the red zone. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. Geno Smith with a touchdown. One after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Smith on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They go to Barkley again. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing here, Hurts. Barkley's got it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on first down. Running it after the... He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out! And the Raiders get to it! And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again, following the sack. He throws a bullet to the center. He's got it inside the 10. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders take a 13-0 lead. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
One more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They're out and set, 1st and 10. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. It's Dotson on the catch. Escapes a defender. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down, a run with Barkley. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Hurts now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. Oh, he loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Oh, boy, Brock. Fortunate deja vu offensively here. This is exact. Drive came to an end too.
Yeah, bummer for the offense, but exactly what the defense has worked on this week. Right, they find those ball security culprits and they take advantage of it. They study that tape, Kate, all week long, looking to see who's loose with the football and where they can take advantage of it, and they've done it on back-to-back drives.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. 1st down, and they go right back to him. Trying to find some positive yardage. He's across the 45. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
They give it to him again. Room inside the 10. Scores. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a 20-zip lead. So great work by the running back there. Brock found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And Brock, they are not off to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow.
Able to get it to Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. Doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And it's a nice gain, but still...
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Now he fires it deep down the near side. They connect on the deep shot. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They go play action. Here's Smith. And in for the touchdown. Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Smith on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. On 1st down, they'll run. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders blowing them out now, 34-zip. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Carlson good on the extra. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Smith on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And this has turned into a blowout very early, Brock, but still plenty of time left if they can start to put things together here. On first down, Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete.
Shit.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Now, as we get a chance to look at their picks from this year's draft, Brock, we see a lot of names that are set up to help this team, both this year as rookies and down the line as well.
Yeah, you really see the two draft strategy.
Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And they scoop it up. They can still run with it. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Operating from the gun. Here's a... Wow, it's free again! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Braden Mann out once more for another punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Has it at the 37. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. Huge for... Picks up 30. And the Raiders are going to like where they get to start out for this drive. Ball at the 33 for first down. It's a design boot.
Weave. Oh shit, that didn't really work.
But that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game.
Weave.
Sometimes it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll run here on first down. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders threatening to run away with it already. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders continue adding on to that lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Smith on the return. at the 26-yard line. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Wow, it's free again! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. And they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Smith to the air now. Escapes out to the left. The catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it. No hesitations from Antonio Pierce here. He's got the challenge flag out. Well, we can see he made the catch. He definitely has possession. But did both of those feet hit down in the end zone?
Yeah, get that zoom button ready to go. Get the magnifying glass. Was there any green right between his feet in that end line? That's what they're going to be looking for in the replay booth.
After reviewing the play.
So a very early challenge, but a good one. Calls overturned, and that's going to unlock a 3rd challenge for them if it gets to that point later in this game. That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders tack on 7 more to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Smith on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The Eagles about set to go on offense. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Wow, it's free again! And the Raiders get to it! the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now following the turnover. Headed out right. Catch is made in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. And he's up across 200 yards now in this opening half. That's beyond simply a good start for him. This is the type of game where he's been taking the lead on carrying his offense forward however he can. Going defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time. Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
On 3rd and goal, Smith. And he sails that one over the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now this offense ready to head back out. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Starting on the ground here with... Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And the Raiders get to it! Well, hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Smith. Caught by the open man. He has the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.